Welcome to We Chat Football, the channel where we chat football. And this weekend was supposed to be an absolutely crucial weekend in the Premier League. This weekend was supposed to be the weekend where Liverpool could extend the gap at the top of the league on Arsenal to get closer to winning the title, or Arsenal could close the gap on Liverpool and extend this Premier League race even more. However, what we see is Arsenal dropping points and Liverpool dropping points. We move over to the Manchester Derby, where this was built up to be KDB's last derby. This was supposed to be a high energy, lots of action, and it just flatters to deceive. Also, we'll be looking at why the quality of the league is so low right now. Is that all on fatigue? So we'll dig deep into that in the video. So the Premier League race just got even more interesting as both Arsenal and Liverpool stumbled this weekend. The Gunners failed to capitalize on a golden opportunity that they played first and they could close the gap on the top, while Liverpool, with their defensive frailties, exposed once again, giving away like 3 goals and then trying to come back in the end, which was not good enough for Liverpool. So at the end of the day, Liverpool lost 3-2. What's most concerning for both teams is the timing. Like, this is at the business end of the season, approaching. Dropping points right now could prove catastrophic, but the problem is there is nobody else in third that can actually close that gap. So the question is, like, for me personally, the question on everybody's mind is this like fatigue from playing too much games? Why we see all these type of games happening right now, close to the ending of the season? And I'll talk about that later in the video. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about Virgil van Dijk. Red card, the elbow that was thrown on the corner that VAR missed completely. It was reckless. It was excessive force. It was everything that we called for the Tarkowski red card. The only difference was Tarkowski red card was a tackle. Van Dijk red card was an elbow to the face. Again, and I'll say this, just like how I say the Tarkowski one, if this was a different player that is known to be reckless, they would have sent him off. I believe that the only reason he stayed on the pitch it's because it's Virgil van Dijk and it's not because it was not a red card. Because for me personally, I see that as a red card all day, all night. And again, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm not trying to be biased here, but that should be a red card. But again, it's inconsistency of the referee. It's all that kind of stuff. We call that out from our last videos where we're saying that the PJMOL is not just scoring one team or it's against one team or the referees are aiming at one team. I think this is just a bad set of referees that, again, the Everton game, Tarkowski should have seen red, and I'm keeping the same energy in this game. Van Dijk should have seen red because there's no way you should throw an elbow. Van Dijk didn't get it. Also, like, Fulham should have gotten a penalty. Whether it's from the Van Dijk challenge, whether it's from the Kelleher challenge, should have gotten a penalty. And these are all from defensive mistakes, by the way. And again, that's kind of like, okay, this is supposed to be the game that Liverpool is going to extend their lead because we see Arsenal drop points and this is the performance that they put in, which kind of leads up to the Manchester Derby. And let's tack into the Manchester Derby now. Like, this is where it gets like really bad. Like, there was no, like, where was the passion? Where was the intensity? Like, the Manchester Derby used to be a showcase where no matter what, you used to have a lot of like passion going into it, a lot of energy. Like, Manchester City want to get one over on Manchester United. Manchester United want to get one over. It used to be physical, it used to be fast paced, but this was anything but. I was watching the game and it was a hard watch for a neutral. I can just imagine the fans of both clubs. This was a very, very hard watch of a neutral. Like, the play keeps breaking down. Manchester City midfield looks slow. Manchester United just doesn't have anybody in attack. It is one of, I would say, the worst derbies to play this season is the Manchester Derby. It was supposed to be, again, KDB last game. We were supposed to see KDB go in one last time in the Manchester Derby. He was non-existent the whole game. Like, the whole game just passed him by. And this goes to show that maybe KDB is coming up to the end of his career here. I should say maybe he should retire, but it would be nice to see him playing in the MLS. Just come grab a last paycheck, sign some jerseys, and call it a day. But yeah, it was a very disappointing game, an extremely disappointing game. And That moves us on to our other point that we have been talking about for the last couple of weeks. Is like, is the Premier League losing its intensity in the last half of the season due to too much games played? Right? The like every other league has like a winter break. The Premier League had a winter break before, but this season there was no winter break. There was no break in between the games that was played. Anybody who got a chance to rest were teams that was out of the cups. Like, I do believe that the Premier League should put a break in, like a genuine 2 week break, so the players can get back up there, or else you will continue to see the ending part of the season looking like this. The Champions League has added 2 more games in their Champions League. So now you have 2 more games to play in the Champions League. Like, you have the League Cup playing, you have the FA Cup playing, you have the Premier League that doesn't give winter break. Every other league gives winter break, but the Premier League doesn't give winter break. And then you have the Club World Cup coming up. No, and not to mention the addition of international football. No, this is damaging the product of the Premier League. Because I watched the derby today. I watch a Liverpool game. I watch an Arsenal game. You watch any game you pick after the second half of the season to watch. There is no intensity in any of the games. All the games are just a drag. They're really boring to watch. And this is not the product. If the amount they want us to pay to watch this is not the product for you to put out that you're trying to interest people into watching. Like, for a casual football fan, no joke, for a casual football fan that switched on the Manchester Derby, which is built up to be the biggest game this weekend, would have been like completely disappointed by it. It was lacking in intensity. It was lacking in class. Everything was just lacking. Like, passes were being broken down everywhere across the pitch. Like, there was no good build up play. There was no good chance created. There was no, I guess the only highlight, genuine highlight of the game, the two genuine highlight of the game is Casemiro dive and Marmou's shot that Onana saved, but it was straight at him, but the sun was in his eyes, where made that a little bit difficult. That was it. Outside of that, it's just a dead games this weekend. And for me personally, that is tough, because like, I to get to watch early games in the mornings, I have to get up like 4:30. Even the Liverpool game that started at 6 o'clock this morning on a Sunday. So getting up 6 o'clock on a Sunday to watch the games that have no intensity, what are we paying for? And I know they're trying to hype up the league to be, oh, there's so much to be played for, but let's be honest. Title race is done. Relegation race is done. We have seen now the worst team ever in Premier League history to be promoted, which is Southampton. The top four, it's not top four now, it could be top five, but 3 teams already wrapped up that position. Like, just have it wrapped up. And then two position is there, and you have City, Chelsea, Aston Villa just joined the race now, and Newcastle that's playing for that last spot. So for me, it's like there's not much to play for anymore. But going back to the lethargic nature of what we are watching, I do believe that's due to too much games being played, and I do believe that the Premier League need a winter break, and they need to sort that out as well. They need a winter break. The players need to get some rest. The players need to come back fresh, so we can have an exciting time to the end of the season, because we invest a lot of money as international fans, as match going fans, as anywhere you are in the world, just to watch a Premier League game. Like, you follow your team throughout the season. That's a lot of money that's being invested. And if you're investing that amount of money to see the dross that we just watched, yeah, it's just completely ridiculous. Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. Like, when Manchester United appointed Ruben Amorim, expectations were sky high. Like, his track record proved for itself. Like, he was tactically flexible, developing young talent, and a clear football philosophy. You fast forward that to today, and the honeymoon period is over. Trust me, it's well and truly over. Like, the statistics paint like a grim picture. United lowest point tally at this stage of any season over a decade. Defensive, they're like all over the place, and their attack looks as disappointing to me as Southampton attack. Like, Manchester United attack is a dross. And like, what's most like for me, most concerning about all of this is the identity. Like Manchester United is lacking identity. What is exactly Amorim doing at Manchester United? Like the players look confused in their roles. Like he does set up. Don't get me wrong, they look defensively more solid when they play against the top teams, but when they're supposed to go out and express themselves, they look all over the place. Like I do believe that if these three teams weren't promoted this season, we could see Manchester United possibly get relegated this season since Ruben Amorim took over. And I was one that actually was like thinking that he could be the man to move Manchester United forward and getting a bit scared and stuff like, okay, then Manchester United is hiring a really good manager and all that kind of stuff. But what we saw is completely non existent. But that said, the United board have invested heavily in the manager previously, and they need to get his sign in. Like pulling the plug now on Amorim and start again from scratch is like doesn't make much sense. So in the summer, like they have to either back him, and they have no choice. No, they have to back him because they have pulled him out of Sporting, spend the money, sack Ten Hag. No, they didn't give him much signing in the winter, so no, they have to back him in the summer and yeah, and hopefully it works. But if they start next season the way they start this season, yeah, man, it could be a long season for Manchester United again, like really, really long season. So yeah, let me know in the comment what you think. Do you think Amarim can turn it around, or do you think that's the end of Amarim career at Manchester United? Now, that's it for today for the Premier League review. We're just doing a quick review on whatever happened, just a roundup around the league. The title race is not so wide open. I think 11 points, it's too much. Referees controversy again. What is a Premier League weekend without any referee controversies, right? The Manchester clubs, they're at a crossroad. Both need a rebuild, and that's what they are. I think they're gonna do in the summer. Like both need rebuilds. It's not hidden. The game today was just so bad that you can see both teams are struggling with quality on the field. Just let me know in the comment below though. Do you think too much fixtures is killing the quality of the league? And does Amorim deserve more time? Just let me know below. And remember, smash the like button, guys. If you're enjoying the video, just smash the like button. It helps with the algorithm. Comment on the video. Just give me your take. Just tell me whatever you think. If it's a good video, if it's a bad video, don't care. Comment on the video. Just let me know. So therefore we can improve the content going forward. And subscribe if you're new, and subscribe if you like the content that we're putting out. And again, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. We're at 92 at the moment, just 8 more to go. Remember, like, share, comment, and catch you on the other one. We should be dropping a show on Wednesday. All right, peace.